Welcome to Key Trends Spot, your daily dose of what's hot, what's viral, and what's next. From K-pop to culture, we spot the trends so you don't miss a beat. Hat Night. The grand stage glowed in hues of purple, the color of love that ARMY knows so well. The lights reflected on the faces of the BTS members, but amidst the thunderous cheers of thousands, there were two figures who seemed to draw every gaze, Taehyung and Jungkook. They stood close, almost shoulder to shoulder, as though the world around them disappeared. In that vast arena filled with endless noise, it felt as if they had created a quiet universe of their own. Jungkook's eyes, mischievous yet soft, often drifted toward Taehyung. And when Taehyung noticed, he responded not with words, but with a smile so warm it could melt even the coldest night. To ARMY watching from the seats, that brief exchange was more than enough. They knew instantly that every small interaction between the two carried weight, enough to make hearts skip a beat. When Jungkook playfully teased Taehyung with a silly gesture, Taehyung's laughter spilled out like music. It wasn't forced, it wasn't rehearsed, it was pure, a sound so genuine that it felt like a lullaby for every restless heart in the crowd. There was something unexplainable in the way Taehyung looked at Jungkook. His gaze carried a warmth that went beyond friendship, as though he was silently guarding something fragile and precious. Jungkook, in return, seemed to find comfort there. Beside Taehyung, he looked at ease, as though he had finally found a place that felt like home. Even the smallest of expressions spoke louder than words, leaving ARMY stunned into silence before smiling to themselves. These weren't mere coincidences. Over the years, their bond had grown in ways that left lasting imprints on the hearts of fans. Every glance, every smile, every touch became a memory engraved in time. When they sang together, the magic was undeniable. Taehyung's deep baritone wrapped itself around Jungkook's smooth, velvety voice, creating harmonies so breathtaking they seemed to vibrate through every soul in the audience. ARMY often said their chemistry was not ordinary friendship. It was something deeper, a soul connection, rare and hard to find, even in a lifetime. In one interview, Jungkook once admitted that Taehyung was someone who gave him confidence. Such a simple line, yet it held layers of meaning that echoed in the hearts of those who heard it. Taehyung, on the other hand, had always described Jungkook as someone special, like a younger brother who had the power to brighten even his darkest days. Their little interactions, passing each other a water bottle, a playful tap on the shoulder, a laugh shared over a joke only they understood, were enough to move ARMY deeply. Fans knew that beyond being members of the same group, they were two souls who understood each other without needing to speak. There was one unforgettable moment. Jungkook instinctively reached for Taehyung's hand to keep him from slipping off the stage. That small, quick reflex spoke volumes, a testament to his genuine care. Taehyung, with his calm and gentle demeanor, often became a source of comfort for Jungkook. ARMY could see it, the way Jungkook's shoulders seemed to relax when Taehyung stood beside him, as if the world suddenly felt safer. Their chemistry bloomed not only under the blinding lights of the stage, but also behind the curtains, in unseen moments. Clips of them joking, supporting, and simply being themselves gave fans a glimpse of what felt like a true, unshakable friendship. ARMY often described them as two halves of a perfect balance, Taehyung with his mysterious charisma, and Jungkook with his youthful fire and boundless energy. Together, they created moments that felt eternal, the kind that would linger in memory long after the stage lights dimmed. Sometimes, even in silence, their presence together was enough. Just sharing the same frame on screen was powerful enough to make hearts tremble. Countless times, cameras caught Jungkook stealing glances at Taehyung when he thought no one was watching, or Taehyung gazing at Jungkook with that unmistakable tenderness that words could never capture. Such moments could never be staged. They happened naturally, flowing freely, and that's what made them truly special. ARMY always waited for these little exchanges, treasuring each second as a gift to keep close to their hearts. Despite the relentless schedule, the hardships, and the pressures of being Beats, Taehyung and Jungkook always found ways to lift each other up. In every concert, their smiles directed toward each other became a symbol, proof that happiness doesn't need to be grand. It can be simple, as long as it's shared with the right person. The sweet moments of Taehyung and Jungkook weren't only about physical closeness. They were about the purity of a heartfelt connection, something that pulled ARMY into their warmth, making them feel part of a love that was quiet, yet undeniable. And in the end, their story reminded everyone that true relationships don't always need to be spoken out loud. Sometimes, a smile, a look, or simply being there for one another is enough to show love more powerful than any words could describe.
Which has determined your fate. I've never seen so clear. I feel the end and it's near. The day of reckoning's here. The sound of deafening fear. You don't die if you try. You just might get a little bit of trouble. K-N-I-F-E right in your side. You will never see me coming. You don't die if you try. You just might get a little bit of trouble. K-N-I-F-E right in your side. You will never see me. My energy is next level, so damn you better be careful. I got an angel and devil, he stabs me straight in the temple. I'm ready to be a rebel, I've got a lot of potential hidden inside of this vessel. That shit is so exponential. I need a first class ticket to the top, no limit. I don't play no gimmicks, I'ma take you to the clinic. If you want a taste, come at me and you will be replaced. They won't find a trace of